Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In this lecture, we are discussing about the reproductive system. What is the reproductive system of the body? The human reproductive system includes the male reproductive system, which functions to produce and deposit sperm, and the female reproductive system, which functions to produce egg cells and to protect and nourish the fetus until birth. Humans have a high level of sexual differentiation. What is the main function of the reproductive system? Within the context of producing offspring, the reproductive system has four functions: to produce egg and sperm cells, to transport and sustain these cells, to nurture the developing offspring. What does the reproductive system do? The reproductive system is a collection of organs and a network of hormone production in men and women that enable a man to impregnate a woman who gives birth to a child. The female reproductive system. Female reproductive system is made up of internal and external sex organs that function in reproduction of new offspring. In humans, the female reproductive system is immature at birth and develops to maturity at puberty to be able to produce gametes and to carry a fetus to full term. The internal sex organs are the vagina, uterus, fallopian tubes, and ovaries. The vagina allows for sexual intercourse and birth and is connected to the uterus at the cervix. The uterus or womb accommodates the embryo which develops into the fetus. The uterus also produces secretions which help the transit of sperm to the fallopian tubes, where sperm fertilize ova or egg cells which are produced by the ovaries. The external sex organs are also known as the genitals, and these are the organs of the vulva, including the labia, clitoris, and vaginal opening. At certain intervals, the ovaries release an ovum which passes through the fallopian tube into the uterus. If in this transit it meets with sperm, a single sperm can enter and merge with the egg or ovum, fertilizing it into a zygote. Now the fertilization. Fertilization usually occurs in the fallopian tubes and marks the beginning of the embryogenesis. The zygote will then divide over enough generations of cells to form a blastocyst, which implant itself in the wall of the uterus. This begins the period of gestation, and the embryo will continue to develop until full term. When the fetus has developed enough to survive outside the uterus, the cervix dilates and contractions of the uterus propel the newborn through the birth canal, which is the vagina. External organs. The female external reproductive organs are the secondary organs that are visible externally. Vulva. The vulva consists of all the external parts and tissues and includes the mons pubis, pudendal cleft, labia majora, labia minora, Bartholin's gland, Ischian's gland, clitoris, and vaginal opening. Now the internal organs of female reproductive system. The female internal reproductive organs are the vagina, uterus, fallopian tubes, and ovaries. Now the vagina. Vagina is a fibromuscular which is made up of fibrous and muscular tissue. This is the fibromuscular canal leading from the outside of the body to the cervix of the uterus, measuring about the 6.9 to 14.8 centimeter or 2.7 to 5.8 inch in length. And width of the vagina is 4.8 to 6.3 centimeter and 1.9 to 2.5 inch. It is also referred to as the birth canal in the context of pregnancy. The vagina accommodates the male penis during sexual intercourse. Semen containing spermatozoa is ejaculated from the male organism into the vagina, potentially enabling fertilization of the egg cell or ovum to take place. Cervix. Cervix is the neck of the uterus, the lower narrow portion where it joins with the upper part of the vagina. It measures about 3 to 4 centimeter in length and 2.5 centimeter in diameter. It is cylindrical or conical in shape and protrudes through the upper anterior vaginal wall. Approximately half its length is visible. The remainder lies above the vagina beyond view. The vagina has a thick layer outside, and it is the opening where the fetus emerges during delivery. Uterus is a major female reproductive organ which is measuring about 7.6 centimeter or 3 inch long, 4.5 centimeter or 1.8 inch broad side to side, and 3 centimeter or 1.2 inch thick. A typical adult uterus weight about 60 grams. The uterus provides mechanical protection, nutritional support, and waste removal for the developing embryo, which is weeks 1 to 8, and fetus from week 9 until the delivery. In addition, contractions in the muscular wall of the uterus are important in pushing out the fetus at the time of birth. The uterus contains 3 suspensory ligaments that help stabilize the position of the uterus and limits its range of movement. The uterosacral ligaments keep the body from moving inferiorly and anteriorly. Second is the round ligaments restrict posterior movement of the uterus. Third one, cardinal ligaments also prevent the inferior movement of the uterus. Uterus is a pear-shaped muscular organ. Its major function is to accept a fertilized ovum which becomes implanted into the endometrium and drives nourishment from blood vessels which develop exclusively for this purpose. The fertilized ovum becomes an embryo, develops into a fetus, and gestates until childbirth. If the egg doesn't embed in the wall of the uterus, a female begins menstruation. Fallopian tubes are 2 tubes leading from the ovaries into the uterus. The average length of a fallopian tube is 11 to 12 centimeter. On maturity of an ovum, the follicle and the ovaries wall rupture, allowing the ovum to escape and enter the fallopian tube. There it travels toward the uterus, pushed along by movement of cilia on the inner lining of the tubes. This trip takes hours or days. If the ovum is fertilized while in the fallopian tube, then it normally implants in the endometrium when it reaches the uterus, which signals the beginning of pregnancy. Ovaries. Ovaries are small, paired organs located near the lateral walls of the pelvic cavity, measuring about 3 cm by 1.5 cm by 1.5 cm. These organs are responsible for the production of the egg cells, or ova and the secretion of the hormones. The process by which the egg cells or ovum is released is called ovulation. The speed of ovulation is periodic and impacts directly to the length of a menstrual cycle. After ovulation, the egg cell is captured by the fallopian tube after traveling down the fallopian tube to the uterus, occasionally being fertilized on its way by an incoming sperm. During fertilization, the egg cells plays a role. It releases certain molecules that are essential to guiding the sperm and allows the surface of the egg to attach to the sperm's surface. The egg can then absorb the sperm and fertilization can then begin. Now the physiology of reproductive tract or genital tract. Genital tract is the lumen that starts as a single pathway through the vagina, splitting up into two lumens in the uterus, both of which continue through the fallopian tubes and ending at the distal ostia, the open into the abdominal cavity. In the absence of fertilization, the ovum will eventually traverse the entire reproductive tract from the fallopian tube until exiting the vagina through menstruation. The reproductive tract can be used for various transluminal procedures such as fertiloscopy, intrauterine insemination, and transluminal sterilization. Now the development. Chromosome characteristics determine the genetic sex of a fetus at conception. This is specifically based on the 23rd pair of chromosomes that is inherited. Since the mother's egg contains an X chromosomes and the father's sperm contains either an X or Y chromosomes, it is the male who determines the fetus sex. If the fetus inherits the X chromosomes from the father, the fetus will be a female. In this case, testosterone is not made and the Wolffian duct will degrade. Thus, Mullerian duct will develop into female sex organs. The clitoris is the remnants of the Wolffian duct. On the other hand, if the fetus inherits the Y chromosomes from the father, the fetus will be a male. The presence of the testosterone will stimulate the Wolffian duct, which will bring about the development of the male sex organs, and Mullerian duct will degrade. Male reproductive system consists of a number of sex organs that play a role in the process of human reproduction. These organs are located on the outside of the body and within the pelvis. The main male sex organs are the penis and the testicles, which produce semen and sperm, which as part of the sexual intercourse fertilize an ovum in the female's body. The fertilized ovum or zygote develops into a fetus, which is later born as an infant. The corresponding system in females is the female reproductive system. Now the external genital organs. Penis is the male intromittent organ. It has a long shaft and an enlarged bulbous shaped tip called the glans penis, which supports and is protected by the foreskin. When the male becomes sexually aroused, the penis becomes erect and ready for sexual activity. Erection occurs because sinuses within the erectile tissue of the penis become filled with blood. The arteries of the penis are dilated while the veins are compressed so that blood flows into the erectile cartilage under pressure. The penis is supplied by the pudendal artery. Scrotum is a pouch-like structure that hangs behind the penis. It holds and protects the testicles. It also contains numerous nerves and blood vessels. During times of lower temperature, the cremaster muscle contracts and pulls the scrotum closer to the body, while the dartos muscle gives it a wrinkled appearance. When the temperature increases, the cremaster and dartos muscles relax to bring down the scrotum away from the body and remove the wrinkles respectively. The scrotum remains connected with the abdomen or pelvic cavity by the inguinal canal. The spermatic cord is about 16 mm, range 11 to 22 mm, formed from spermatic artery, vein, and nerve bound together with connective tissue passes into the testis through inguinal canal. Now the internal genital organs. Testis. An average adult testicle measures up to 5 cm into 2 cm into 3 cm or 2 inch into 3 by 4 inch into 11 by 4 inch. Testis has two major functions. First, to produce sperm by mitotic division of germ cells within the seminiferous tubules. Second, to synthesize and secrete androgens that regulate the male reproductive functions. The site of production of androgens is the Leydig cells that are located in the interstitium between seminiferous tubules. Here question arises, is testis equal in size? It's normal for one of testicle to be bigger than the other. The right testicle tends to be the bigger one. One of them also usually hangs a little lower than the other within the scrotum. Epididymis. Why is epididymis so long? The epididymis is a long coiled tube that stores sperm and transports it from the testis. Near the top of the testis is the head of the epididymis, which stores the sperm until it is ready to undergo maturation. Next is the body, a long twisted tube where the sperm matures. The maturation takes approximately 1 week. The epididymis is a long whitish mass of tightly coiled tube. In adult human, this epididymis measuring about 6 to 7 meters or 20 to 23 feet in length. The sperm that are produced in the seminiferous tubules flow into the epididymis. During passage via the epididymis, the sperm undergo maturation and are concentrated by the action of ion channels located on the apical membranes of epididymis. Now the vas deferens, which is also known as the sperm duct, which is a thin tube approximately 30 centimeters or 0.98 feet long that starts from the epididymis to the pelvic cavity. It carries the spermatozoa from the epididymis to ejaculatory duct. Why vas deferens is long in human male? Vas deferens is long because it travels from the scrotum to the body. Behind the urinary bladder, it is joined by the seminal vesicles. Now the accessory glands. There are 3 accessory glands provide fluids that lubricate the duct system and nourish the sperm cells. They are first seminal vesicles, second prostate gland, and third bulbourethral glands or Cowper glands. Okay, the development. The embryonic and prenatal development of the male reproductive system is the process whereby the reproductive organs grow, mature, and are established. It begins with a single fertilized egg and culminates 38 weeks later with birth of a male child. It is a part of the stages of sexual differentiation. The development of the male reproductive system coincides with the urinary system. The development of them can also be described together as the development of the urinary and reproductive organ. Okay, viewers, this was all about the male and female reproductive system. If you like our presentation, please like, share and subscribe to our channel. And be sure to press the bell icon. Thank you for watching our video.